between trying new stuff and playing a little sloppy, I found myself back down the elo a little bit around the ace range. So I saw a video by ItsAXN's a couple days ago. Shadow Jumpluff jumps towards Legend, and I see that he's running this formation of some meta Pokemon, while I'm actually running acrobatics on my Jumpluff, which I actually do think I might change after this video, because I do think having the bait move with Aerial Ace does actually play out a lot, because there's so many scenarios where I don't have a way to bait with Jumpluff, and it would actually make a huge difference in the matchup. I could maybe actually connect that energy ball when I really need to. Plus, the backline does a pretty good job of covering what beats Jumpluff anyways. But for the most part, yeah, this was a cool recommendation I saw by his YouTube channel. If you're not familiar, ItsAXN's is one of the world champions in Pokemon Go, and you should definitely check him out. He's a great content creator here on YouTube. He more recently started making content after his big win, but yeah, definitely really recommend his channel. And yeah, I'm pretty much playing this formation of a team because I felt like I was down bad, and I really wanted to try to climb a little bit and also get more comfortable with what's occurring in the meta. But where I'm at elo wise, it's kind of like the Wild West still, and I feel like a lot of the people probably even watch his content might already be kind of adjusting to this type of team at the time when I was doing these battles. So definitely some very interesting leads and teams that I'm facing, and this first set I'm kind of just trying to get used to how to play it. I do honestly feel that having acrobatics over Aerial Ace is kind of a hindrance, because in the mirror match it's kind of nice, or maybe even this scenario where it can just smack a Talonflame, but as you see, they do end up shielding, and it's like I can't really do anything. And with all that energy, I could have at least gotten off like 2 Aerial Aces potentially, and any chip damage could have been somewhat significant on the Talonflame. Like, again, it's nice to connect that, but I think having a bait move is really helpful, especially with having Feraligatr in the back line to kind of just like nuke things with Hydro Cannons and Ice Beams. Fortunately for me, I still am able to just Shadow Claw the Gastrodon down there and win. But as you can see, some pretty nice leads here as well. Dunsparce is insane in this meta. I definitely think it's like, wow, it's just amazing now. Oh my gosh. Like normal typing, being able to spam rock and earth, ground moves frequently, just overall great. Because rock and ground are going to be great coverage in Pokemon overall. And this little guy just like gets his moves super fast. It's kind of like not the most intimidating offensive Pokemon, but it has like a nice balance of being strong enough, like strong, it's like decently strength wise, but it's bulk. It's like the balance of having that bulk it has on top of being able to spam out a lot of like decent neutral damage. So yeah, it's pretty insane. Yeah, I feel like there's people running variations of this exact 3 Pokemon, sometimes leading Feraligatr, sometimes leading the Dunsparce. Dunsparce does pretty decent against Jumpluff, and it can fare okay against Feraligatr, since Feraligatr does end up beating it it should be able to beat it just by how much damage it can output versus, taking it from Dunsparce. But the issue is you have to throw charge moves. You can't really farm it with Shadow Claw since it resists. But yeah, in this battle, I'm just gonna have to kind of sack my Jumpluff here. Unfortunately, I don't get to the move. Yeah, I feel like no matter what I really did there, they were gonna be able to pull that off. I was hoping that they would remove Jumpluff there, but I don't know if they undertapped. But I figured once I saw how much HP I had left, they were gonna be able to easily get their Ice Punch back. So yeah, GG's. Marowak lead. Pretty cool Pokemon in the format now. They don't shield at all, and I guess they don't throw a move at all. I'm not entirely sure what was going on there. But in comes the Dene, and at this point, I'm just gonna throw the Grass Knot. I think this person may, in fact, I think they actually quit after that. Maybe it was like some sort of lag or glitch. I have been noticing a lot of lag around the time when people get charge moves in the game, and at times it almost feels like it gets worse depending on who I'm facing, whether it be just natural server connection, like maybe where it's like a weird connection between overseas players or something, or maybe it is someone doing that, like, you know, minimizing their game and close whatever. But yeah, ultimately, whatever, it's a little annoying. This person definitely just like left the game, and I have to play it out so I don't get a loss. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm grateful for that regardless. But yeah, Clefable lead. So this is going to be a Swift, and I'm going to just throw the Energy Ball. But as you can see, or no, I throw Acrobatics, excuse me. It's nice that it connects, but again, I do feel like, I think I am going to actually TM off Acrobatics and put on Aerial Ace and maybe try this team out again. I do feel like there's so many times where the matches are so close, and maybe that would have made a difference. I mean, I don't know if the extra damage output from Acrobatics matters too much, honestly. If I'm like, I'm like, I like to think that it matters against the Clodsire matchup, but I think maybe ultimately it's like better to have Aerial Ace for all the other matchups against the team. Maybe even getting that neutral damage on Clodsire is more worth it than, you know, just spamming one strong move. Like maybe I can get up a couple Aerial Aces to make up for that same type of damage output. But yeah, I think his team, he does run Aerial Ace. I mean, I know he does, in fact. I'm the weirdo running Acrobatics, Energy Ball, like double nuke move on Shadow Jumpluff. Which, you know, I'm starting to think, like, especially like watching some of his battles in his video, I do feel, I wanted to try this out with my current set. Because if I'm not mistaken, Acrobatics was a Community Day move. But if Aerial Ace is preferred, and it doesn't really have much of a downside to take off the Acrobatics, I'm totally down to TM it off. I don't really care, like, if it has the Community Day move or not. And if down the line Acrobatics becomes the move again, somehow, some way, then I guess I'll have to Elite Charge TM on it. But that's fine. I have a couple saved up from just playing the game over the years and trying to be somewhat. I guess I don't always use them wisely. I mean, I think I used one of my Elite Charges on my Shadow Persian before, which honestly I thought about using Shadow Persian in the Galar Cup just to like meme a bit. I mean, I'm pretty much low enough that I'm not really going to be punished too much more. I have been thinking maybe I should try to meme, but I just feel like everyone's so good now. Like even just trying to mess around at this elo is like harder because everyone's running such vast different teams, and then at the same time they're all playing them relatively good too, like counting, catching moves. That's like my biggest downside right now is I think the game just feels a little choppy. Not that it's not counting moves accurately or whatever. I just think at times it doesn't feel smooth, and I'm like finding myself like here, for example, they caught my move. I'm not saying that's because of the game lagging, but I feel like the actual flow of the game feels weird because it's so choppy at times that I feel like I'm not like throwing moves, or excuse me, like switching out properly at times, or throwing my move properly. Like I'm like throwing it thinking like, okay, I can definitely throw it here, and then other times I'm like over tapping it and then like it lags a little bit, and then I click the move as it's lagging. I'm like, wait, I don't want to actually throw it now, and then they're switching to, it's almost like we both get a chance to do something within that lag moment, and not like they know what I'm doing, but I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like weird. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. But ultimately, most of my struggle right now is really just coming down to me just kind of misplaying a bit here in the game, kind of like making the wrong calls. Most battles I've had with all the teams I've been experimenting with, I do feel like they have been close losses, but whenever it's a bunch of close losses and the set ends up being like a 0-5, that is going to punish me in my elo. So I haven't really found a team I particularly love yet. I mean, I'm not usually a huge fan of running the meta teams, but I feel like where I'm at, like if some of these teams are working, you know, you adjust them to some degree depending on how the flow of the leads are occurring. I do feel like there's something warranted in learning these type of teams and getting good with them, and seeing top level players who are already, you know, close to legend, if not already legend, pushing with these type of teams, you know, there's something worth running them. I mean, granted, like a team that someone knows, it doesn't necessarily, they're still good teams. Like obviously there's going to be people that completely counter this line, but at the end of the day, my point I'm trying to get across here is that there's a merit to why these teams exist, and it's worth attempting to use them. Like this team I lost, they were pretty much a variation of the same team actually. Like they caught me with a hydro cannon bait early in the match, all that type of jazz. Like that type of stuff you kind of like learn as you're playing through the game and like more comfortable running the meta and knowing how to play against it as well. You can make really great calls against your opponent. So yeah, me being kind of like the noob on the team, I'm gonna fall victim probably, especially to something that I'm afraid of, but they like know that I'm gonna shield. So great great predictions from my opponents pretty much. So yeah, ultimately I'm still like, there's still enough time for me to push for legend. I mean, I'm never really truly rushing to hit legend in the game. If anything, I typically on the channel like to meme it up a lot if you watch a lot of my content. And this season I hit veteran relatively fast, but then I dropped during this open week, and I haven't really found something I like in the Galar Cup. And on top of it, Open Great League I feel similar, but it's really interesting, I guess. I feel like depending what team I'm running, I see slightly different combinations of Pokemon more frequently. Ultimately, I think this team's really good, and I want to try to put Aerial Ace. If you're watching this video and you got this point, definitely run Aerial Ace over Acrobatics on Jumpluff, but run it in a similar line and concept because it's still pretty good. And also hit that like button if you like this video. It does help my content out tremendously here on YouTube. And definitely consider watching some more of my videos, maybe watch another one directly after that if you're enjoying it, because it does actually help my YouTube get recommended in the algorithm when you watch another one of my videos right after watching a video. So yeah, I'm just telling you, just I'm a small creator here in the Pokemon Go community, and if you're someone that just enjoys my content overall, like definitely consider doing that, and maybe even go to my videos and just organize it by oldest and just look at some of my old videos, see what I was like in 2019. I'm pretty sure I have like my first 3 videos on this channel are just Pokemon Go shiny compilations from 2018 when I did my Twitch IRL streams. I don't really stream IRL anymore. It's been a while since I've done an IRL Pokemon Go stream, but I used to do it like all the time back in the day, like 2018, 2019 on Twitch. So yeah, if you didn't know, like you can find some crazy old videos of me like blogging, doing like a Bronzor raid or something like that. I feel like I did. Like I'm not even kidding. I think I have a video on the channel of me just doing a Bronzor raid. How exciting. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I've been kind of busy too. Like my weekends, I feel like I don't really have time to play. I do want to do more live streams here on the channel. It's been fun streaming live, but yeah, I've been getting my butt handed to me, like just being straightforward. I've been kind of just making small mistakes that are really making the difference of a win and a loss. And yeah, it's kind of getting in my head slightly, which is the reason why I keep frequently changing the teams, when ultimately it's not like the teams, it's really me trying to adjust and be comfortable and make better calls and riskier calls at times to try to get more momentum in the match. But yeah, it's been fun playing this season. I think this has been the most fun I've had in Go Battle League in a long time. And also keep in mind that the game has been lagging like crazy. And yeah, thanks for tuning into this video. With that being said, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. Good morning, evening, afternoon. We're tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one. And if you'd like to check out more Go Battle League content from me, consider watching this video right here or this video right here.